All right, everyone. Welcome back once again to this Beefcast presentation in association with Muatorn TV, bringing you more action out of WCS European Championships, getting real late into the tournament now, all the way down now to the 7th and 8th place consolation match. See which one of these players is going to be taking that 7th place. Whew. Brandon, how are you feeling about casting the Zerg player once again?
Well, I'm a fan of this particular Zerg player. We did cast him in the last match, and it pretty much decided, that match decided who went to this game to play against our specific Terran, who I will not say the name of.
Suspenseful.
Specific Terran, man. It's like, that should be an ID.
Specific
Terran.
That's actually a pretty good ID.
I like it.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, we do have the ZVT for you. Been a little while since we casted the ZVT, so I'm excited to be bringing you this matchup. Personally, I think it's my favorite matchup to cast, favorite matchup to play. And again, I'm a Zerg player, and people say, "Oh, Zerg overpowered." You know what? Maybe we are. Deal with it.
Deal with it.
But in the top right-hand corner of Antigua Shipyard, the red Zerg playing for Team Empire, trying to show us if he can take home the 7th place. He is happy.
And his opponent, as just mentioned, I'm sure that if you are smart like Inspector Gadget, you have figured out that this is indeed Acer.Nerchio.
Totally zoomed in on this hatchery.
Oh, man.
Making it dance. Yep, Nerchio showing us once again if he's going to be able to get this done. If not, well, then Happy will be pretty damn happy.
Indeed. And I hear, he likes to be happy.
Who doesn't like to be happy?
I am sad. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's not a real player, but
What about
we can pretend it is.
Sase seems like he's always mad.
Yeah, I think more Naniwa than Sase.
Maybe
but
Naniwa
yeah,
as well.
Sase a little bit too. I think it rubs off on Sase from Naniwa.
Maybe.
That's what I think
Sase
happens.
just seems to always be complaining.
That's true. It's true. He doesn't even play Zerg, so
Like,
it's
he's
weird.
one of my favorite Wait, what?
Zergs complain.
Sase
all the time.
plays Protoss.
I know, I said he doesn't even play Zerg.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I was
There you
like,
go.
oh,
There
man,
you go.
That's going to be embarrassing. So we do have a one ranks expand coming out of our Terran player here. And immediately behind that going up to double gases. So no double racks behind this. You can either take the double racks first or the double gases first. But instead you're going to be taking those gases a little bit earlier. So we could be seeing some early tech out of our Terran player here. Going to be going up to factory or early upgrades very quickly here, most likely. And even now, we haven't seen double racks get thrown down, so definitely leads me to believe that we're going to be seeing a very quick factory here.
Yeah. It's pretty much standard, man. He's going to go into a factory, get a reactor on it, and then go into Hellions. I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, we can pretty much cast the first 10 minutes of this game with our eyes closed.
You know what, though? Actually, I
Artosis
was
would say.
thinking that he was playing a Protoss, which is why I
Yeah?
was talking about throwing down double racks.
Oh, yeah, I was
completely
kind of
forgot.
confused there.
Yeah, I'm like, I think he's going to go Hellion drops against this Protoss.
Yeah,
And then I'm like,
no.
wait, Snerchio, dude, I'm telling you, it's been a weird day.
Yeah, I
Like-
hear you, man.
I'm still recovering from that 24-hour cast.
Yeah, how'd that go, by the way? I know you guys raised how much?
$1,300.
Nice.
Yeah, we
Definitely.
raised
Big thanks to everybody who
$1,300 for the
supported.
shorties. Yeah, big shout out
Yeah.
to everybody. I personally met my fundraising goal as well, and the team exceeded our fundraising goal.
Nice.
So, definitely a successful day. Shout out to extralife.org. Shout out to Team Obi and friends. Shout out to everybody that helped me through that 24-hour cast and donated. And big shout out, of course, to Children's Miracle Network Hospital, specifically UC Davis Children's Hospital, for helping to make that happen. And shout out to S2 Games, makers of Heroes of Newark, for helping to support us as well. It was a great event this weekend. I had a lot of fun. Looking forward to next year's.
Oh man, we got a lair here. This is pretty
It's
quick.
a really fast layer.
Yeah,
like you said.
it started before 6 minutes.
Yep. And we actually
That's
do
crazy.
see speed already completed here by Nerchio. That's really fast speed.
Yeah, this is just like super fast gas. We haven't really been talking about it, but I think that fat gas is actually on 14 as well. It's 14 or 15, and he hasn't stopped mining gas. So this has been a lot of gas, and he's also gotten a second one in his main and third and fourth in his natural. So definitely going for something really high gas, like Infestors or Spires are pretty much the two choices here. You don't.
Here on Antigua Shipyard, I would expect Spire. It's not uncommon to see Zerg stay on 2 base just a little bit longer, get that Spire out, and then go for a huge Mutiling Bling Baneling bust. Once you get that Baneling speed out and a decent number of Mutalisks, you go for a huge bust when the Terran's trying to take their third and just try to do a ton of damage right before they get a good number of siege tanks, when they're at like 1 or 2 siege tanks. But as we already have an armory coming out here for our Terran player,
2 armors.
He's going to be going for mech.
Yeah, obviously going to be going pretty quick mech here after his Hellion Banshee, which I really like, and it's, as far as I know, quite good versus those kind of 2 base, those timing attacks from Zerg. The Mutiling Bane, just because you do get tanks out pretty quick, and if you see it, you can get the turrets. Am I right or wrong here?
It definitely can work. Generally, you're not going to have turrets out there in the front. You can't see where I'm pointing at right here, but the junction between the Terran's natural and his third, that's generally where the Terran's going to have tanks positioned when they're out there, and that's where you're going to attack. All that you're trying to do there is kill the Terran's third base and prevent that from ever going down. But right now, the Cloak Banshee is going to be making their way across the map. But with Hive Tech already out and 2 Overseers, the Queens are going to be able to very easily thwart that off. And Mutalisks is actually going to be making their way onto the map. So those Mutalisks are going to push back the Hellions and the Banshee very quickly once those come out. And behind that, he'll be able to take his third. He'll be able to do a little bit of eco behind the third. Link's actually going to make their way out. He's going to sacrifice a few Links here, which I don't think he needed to do. He should have just waited for those Mutalisks. He might even lose this Queen as well.
Yeah.
Nerchio definitely
looks like he really will.
Definitely needed to be a little bit more patient there. One of the Banshees does go down there. The other one going to be making its way over here to the third to try to deny that hatchery from going down, but it's not there quite yet. Zergling's still trying to do a little bit of pressure onto these Hellions. But he's used the Mutalisks out across the map. He's putting them out there, but there's already enough turrets there to really defend any kind of Mutalisk aggression into either of these mineral lines. And behind this third command center already going up, I really would have liked Nerchio to have used those Mutalisks to take out the Hellions so that he could safely get that third base up. But right now, he's going to be behind in economy because his opponent's already got his third building, whereas he does not, although he might force a cancel on this third. Yeah, the third does get canceled, so both these players are going to be on 2 base for the time being. And Mutalisks across the map able to do a decent amount of damage while he waits for reinforcing Mutalisks on his side of the map.
Yeah, and did you see the sad drone going to the third? Got picked up by that Banshee. Yeah, I was hoping we could mention it, but we didn't get to. Sad drone, man. It's always so awful to see a sad drone.
Yeah. It's worth noting here that with our Terran player going mech, which has been scouted by Nerchio, that he's going double Thors. Double Thors with armor upgrades going to be so incredibly good against Mutalisks. If you take a look, they have +1 armor already. You're going to have +2 armor in just a second here. Yeah, look at that. 2 armor. Mutalisks not going to be very effective, doing just 7 damage to those Thors. It's going to take so long for that to happen. And with that +1 attack upgrade, the Thors are going to be able to do so much damage to the Thors are going to pop out right here, and they're going to be able to take huge shots at these Mutalisks. The Mutalisks doing a decent job of magic boxing that one Thor, but with 3 well-positioned Thors right there, these Mutalisks are not going to be the most effective. The SCV is going to be coming out here to try to repair one of these Thors. They're going to be able to. A lot of SCV is going to die in the process. We actually do have 6 workers killed there by Nerchio, but the Mutalisk aggression is thwarted, and Nerchio has already tech transitioned to that infestation pit and to roaches. Going to be working on roach speed and +1 ranged weapons.
Yeah, definitely good defense there with the Thors. He did lose 1 and some workers, but I mean these Mutalisks have been pretty much all but shut down at this point. It's pretty much over. He doesn't need to worry about them anymore. No more turrets are going to be needed, and he should know at this point that there aren't going to be any more mutas made, just because he saw like the original 8 and didn't see any more. So he doesn't really need to scout the fact that scout the infestation pit to know it's probably there. As a result, he's getting siege mode and should be starting to produce tanks soon. Going up to, what is this? How many Thors? 5 Thors. So a good number. You can kill a lot of roaches with that.
Now the Mutalisks do almost. Oh my God, are the Mutalisks not going to be able to get that? They're trying to pick off this tech lab, but SCVs were pulled, and the tech lab does fall. Siege research not going to happen for the time being. but 7 Mutalisks were lost for that. Roach is going to come in right here, and they're going to go to work on these Thors. The sufficient Roach numbers here are going to be able to do a ton of damage to these Thors, and Empire.Happy might have just gotten caught out. He's going to lose all 3 of these Thors here on the low ground. He might even lose that 4th one as well. And Nerchio, actually with a 70 supply advantage right now, continuing to make units come across the map, and he might just kill his opponent right here.
Yeah, I think Nerchio just won. He's fighting SCVs with Roaches right now. He's fighting like SCV Roach composition with Roaches, so yeah, there goes Happy, GG's. I didn't earn it though.
Nope,
No, okay, good.
perfect.
Whew.
Nailed it.
But yeah, that was just like an overextension from Happy. You just shouldn't leave your base at that point until you have siege tanks. But maybe he hadn't seen the Roaches until then. I don't know.
Nerchio actually did do a very good job of concealing the Roach transition from there. He probably just assumed that Nerchio was being a good Zerg and just building a ton of drones behind it. But Nerchio's drone count remaining just at 64 right there, having a pretty healthy economy, but nothing too greedy, and made that sweet Roach transition, +1 speed, and 4 Thors with no tank support. Definitely not going to hold up to a huge Roach push like that. Catching those Thors out there by themselves lost him the game. We're going to game 2.
Yeah.
Nerchio takes it 1.
I was mentioning Thors can be effective versus Roaches before the mutas went for that tech lab, but that's only if you have a Hellion buffer. If you have enough Thors with a Hellion buffer, then they can just murder Roaches, but when you've got no buffer of Hellions and you don't have enough Thors, it's like these are actually just not the units you want, so well done.
All right, we're out of here. Next game, it is Ebony Casting host Beef. Check me out over at youtube.com/beefpotpie1. Brandon, where can they find you?
Well, I also have a YouTube at youtube.com/MuatarnTV, MUATARN. I believe it's spelled in the overlay. And also on Twitter, just at Muatarn.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We will catch you